The Red Wings right now are absolutely on fire. They are one of the hottest teams in the league. They've won 5 straight games. They are currently sitting at the top of the wild card teams in the Eastern Conference with 70 points. Right now, they have a 1-0 lead over the Washington Capitals, looking to make it 6 wins in a row. If they do win this game tonight, they would be just 2 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs for third place in the Atlantic Division. Needless to say, things are going really very well. And so I decided, because all this winning is great, and it seems like the Red Wings are a lock for the playoffs, I decided to do a little bit of brief research into where they stand relative to the other teams in the league. So, and different team stats. If this page wants to load, and there it goes. Let me just pull it up here. So, in terms of points, let's see. They are, 12th in the league in points. And they are, let's just double check my notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. So actually they moved up a little bit. They are 5th in the Eastern Conference in points. So they are a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference, which makes sense. You're a playoff team that checks out. Further, they are 7th in power play percentage. And again, some of these stats might have slightly changed because of a couple of games, but bear with me. They are 7th in power play percentage in the conference. They are 8th in power play in the league. They are 6th in penalty kill in the Eastern Conference, 8th in the league. The only thing that kind of doesn't look great for them is they actually don't get a lot of shots. They are 24th in the league in shots per game, and they, on the flip side, are 7th in the league in shots allowed. So they're giving up a lot of shots, and they're not actually getting a lot of shots. Now, I couldn't find the stat on this, but I know that they are one of the top teams, if not the top team, in goals scored in the league. So they have a high shooting percentage. They have a lot of accurate shots. So they're not shooting a lot, but they're getting the puck in the net a lot. So they're setting themselves up for good shots. It's not like they're, just going at the goalie and they're just, taking hits at him, even though they're not, not competitive shots. They're just wasting shots essentially. How many more times can I say shots in this segment? But it makes sense given the fact that this team, let me pull it up. They have, if I can find, let me just pull them. Can I not just click that? Okay. I thought I could click them there. Let's see, schedule. Maybe I could do that. I could do a little this. No, this is not doesn't do anything for me. Hold on. I just want to click on them as a team. All right. Red Wings stats. Okay. You can tell I really prepared for this segment. Here we go. So the Wings have, let's go by goals. They have, I believe, the most double-digit goal scorers in the league. They have 1, 2, 3, or actually I could just 12. I don't know why I was going to count that. They're ranked in order. They have 12 guys on the team with double-digit goals. One of those guys is Patrick Kane, by the way, who has played in about half the games. He's got 12 goals in 28 games played. He's got 28 total points, so he's averaging over a point a game. And about half a goal a game, a little over or a little under half a goal a game. The Patrick Kane signing has made this team not just a regular season threat. This team has the veteran presence. It has, you have a championship winning player in Patrick Kane and, his old teammate in Alex DeBrincat, who's second in the team in goals with 22. That's the thing. Some people were downing on Alex DeBrincat because, well, it doesn't look like he's going to get 40 goals this year, which is not totally he could still do it. It would just take a crazy month of December and early April here, but probably he's not going to end up at 40 goals. But he doesn't have to. You have guys like Joe Veleno, Andrew Kopp, Jake Wallman, Michael Rasmussen, David Perron, Robbie Fabry, guys that aren't prolific goal scorers, just going in and scoring more goals. And meanwhile, Red Wings just got another goal. I don't know who's that. Is that that's Robbie Fabry. I just mentioned Robbie Fabry. He gets a goal, so that's now his 15th of the season. Like, this team has something that I think is heavily underrated amongst just like, and I consider myself this sometimes, just like a casual hockey, fan. You don't really think about it. You think of who's got the stars, but you think of the teams who have the depth. And this team has depth. I mean, again, when some of your lower goal scorers are guys like Moritz Seider, who still got 24 assists and 31 points, even Ben Sherratt, 15 points, like, your worst players are like fourth liners, which is normally what it's going to be anyway. But further, like, even your fourth liners aren't like complete negatives on the ice. I mean, your bottom three guys in Olli Maatta, Christian Fischer, and Justin Hall, okay? All of them are positive players. All of them are plus players. Olli Maatta in particular, a plus 14 player. Christian Fischer, a plus 10 player. Justin Hall, who was kind of a weird offseason addition, he's a plus 7 player. He hasn't really brought a whole lot on the offensive side, but he certainly brought some positive presence to the team. And in the meantime, you also have Alex Lyon playing out of his mind. He's got a 268 GAA. He's got a 916 save percentage. He has taken over as goalie one for this team, like, completely. So when I look at how they stack up to these other teams, and let me see if I can just go back to the standings here. And here we go. So I don't know exactly how it works, like who they would play. I want to say they would play the Rangers. I could be wrong on that. I don't know who plays the top wild card team. I believe it's okay. I think I have this right, because I think it's the two division winners. They play the two wild card teams, and then the two other teams, and the bottom three, not bottom. There's three teams. Whatever. It's kind of complicated. We're not going to get into it. So I think the Red Wings would be playing the Rangers, assuming the season ended today. And the Rangers are a very good team. I don't know how easy it would be to beat them, but on the flip side, Patrick Kane's old team. It's weird to me that it's like, I wonder if the Rangers are going to retire Patrick Kane's jersey. He was a Rangers legend, but and they just took away the goal. Never mind. I guess they called it some sort of hand pass or something. So Robbie Fabry loses a goal. Unfortunate. But in playoff hockey, when you have these, spots where you're going to be playing tough, low scoring games. You're going to be playing games with overtime. But if you have a guy like Patrick Kane who is money in overtime, or a guy even like Dylan Larkin who has been money in overtime, and Lucas Raymond who's playing out of his gourd this season, like, you're looking at a recipe for success is my whole point here. And I'm not saying they're going on a cup run, because I don't think they're going on a cup run. But stranger things have happened. And Steve Yzerman has done a fantastic job in creating this unit of a team. And it's not overhauled by crazy superstar talents, but you have those guys waiting in the wings. You have a Marco Kasper. You have a Sebastian Cossa. You have a Carter Mazur, a Red Savage, a Trey Augustine. You have not Sebastian Cossa. I already said him. Simon Edvinsson. Oh, we just got a goal. Lucas Raymond just got a goal. We just made it back. So it's like you have guys in the back. It is similar, okay, not exactly, because I know we haven't won anything yet. Don't get too excited. It's similar to when the Wings were really good in the 90s and early 2000s, where you had guys who would stay in minor league. I was going to say AAA, like this is baseball, who would stay in the minor leagues for longer periods of time than people would have wanted them to, and myself included. I want to see Simon Edvinsson, but you give him time to develop in those minor leagues so that by the time he's in the NHL, he's ready. Moritz Seider, he came to the NHL, he was ready. Lucas Raymond, he was ready. You look at the rest of this team, most of these guys aren't prospects exactly. I mean, Dylan Larkin is a veteran of the league. DeBrincat is a vet. Daniel Sprong, vet. Robbie Fabry, vet. JT Confer, vet. Patrick, like it's a lot of veterans, but you're supplementing the vets with these younger guys who will eventually take over when their time is ready. Like when Robbie Fabry is no longer that guy, well, Marco Casper is ready to go. Redmond Savage is ready to go. Carter Mazur is ready to go. Like when David Perron, I believe this is his final year of his contract, he's probably not going to get re-signed. Well, Marco Casper comes up. He can play the fourth line. You'll have guys that are going to be ready by that point. It's like you've created a system with Steve Yzerman where you're going to have like talent coming in. And he seems to have hit in the draft. Basically, I was going to say not every year, but his first round selections pretty much have hit. Seider has hit. Raymond has hit. We're still waiting to see on Edvinsson and on some of these other guys, but he's managed to find steals late in the draft. He's managed to find guys like Trey Augustine late in the draft. Simon Pellica, who he drafted just this past year, he's had an amazing season. And Nate Danielson, same story. Like he finds these guys and they develop and they get ready to go. I'm going to be honest. To wrap up this Red Wings segment here, I do think that we are on the verge of like a real powerhouse of a team. You look at what the Lightning were for, that brief period of time, and still right now the Lightning are still a very good team. They've sort of fallen off a little bit, but Steve Yzerman was the GM of that orchestrated that unit. Obviously, they didn't win when he was the GM. He had moved on at that point, but he was the architect of that unit. And we could be looking at a very similar thing coming on in Detroit. So that's what one could hope, because hockey is better when the Red Wings are good. And I am not just saying that as a fan. It's good when original six teams, when classic historic teams are good. It shows some level of continuity in the league. All right. Hey there, what you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.